Talkie Walkie! Welcome to Talkie Walkie, friends, the segment where I talk about something and then I go outside and talk about it with other people, but I'll be walking, so it's talking and then walking. Talkie Walkie. Today, we're talking about dating culture for our fellow Gen Z peers. In case you weren't aware, it's rough out there, with the modern development of remote socializing and a bombardment of dating apps making it even harder to get to know someone. Dating these days is just exhausting. We first decided to do this segment when, in October, Vogue published an article titled, "Is Having a Boyfriend Embarrassing Now?" It explains how it's no longer trendy to post hard launches of your relationships online, and that influencers have experienced negative outcomes for simply announcing being in a relationship. This article is written purely through the lens of straight women, a demographic that historically was prided on their ability to partner up. But with glass ceilings being shattered and women feeling free to speak out against their male counterparts, the author shared, as straight women, we're confronting something that every other sexuality has had to contend with, a politicization of our identity. No longer do women grow up with the notion of finding Mr. Right that has a job and a car and can provide for 2.5 children in Madison, Wisconsin. Women now have the ability to wield some serious power in society, and we like to hold each other to a higher standard to make sure that that doesn't go away. The results of this new age feminism? Holding men to a higher standard. Have you ever heard of the word man-keeping? Well, Vogue wrote another article about it. Man-keeping refers to the emotional and social labor that straight women often take on in their relationships with straight men, most specifically around social connection. Man-keeping can be things like doing his laundry, buying his pants, reminding him of important dates, and so on. But it can also refer to when a woman takes on the challenge of ensuring her boyfriend has a social life. Like leaving your boyfriend with your brother so he doesn't get bored while you run errands. Or when all the women in the house clean up after Thanksgiving dinner and put a football game on for the men so they can sit together and eat snacks. Yeah, I don't want that kind of dynamic in a relationship either. Now, this isn't to say that all men suck. They don't. But what's happening is that there is now a mirror being held up to heterosexual relationships that highlights how men haven't been given any new expectations in decades, while women are still expected to cook, clean, take care of the kids, and on top of all of that, are now expected to have a fulfilling professional life and a strong sense of independence. Being a spinster is cool now. But deep down, many straight women still want to be in a relationship. Not as many as in the past, though. It's estimated that only 58% of Gen Z women and 56% of Gen Z men will ever marry. A stark contrast from previous generations, with millennials having a marriage rate of over 60% and Gen X going up to 80%. With these dwindling numbers and new standards for men, dating can feel impossible, and it kind of is. Take Hinge, for example, a popular dating app that is meant to be deleted. It's pretty common knowledge that women can get matches left and right, while men can go days, weeks, sometimes months without a match. So Hinge added a unique feature called a rose. Users get one free rose a week, and it's optional to use. The idea is that if you really like someone, you can send them a rose to let them know. Oddly enough, though, this plan can backfire. A Hinge survey found that 95% of its users worry about rejection and fear coming off as cringy. Without any further explanation, I get it, especially when hearing things like this from other users. If someone who's not as hot as me sends me a rose, I'm like, okay, this doesn't change the fact that I don't like you, but good effort. As shallow as that might have sounded, I think a lot of us can agree. I mean, that's what dating apps are for. It's speed dating without the dating, solely based on looks, making our generation seem thirstier than any other. Ironically, weekly sexual activity among US adults aged 18 to 64 fell from 55% in 1990 to 37% in 2024. Gen Z isn't having as much sex as our parents did. Maybe we all just got really good talks when we were younger. I doubt it. Most of my sexual education came from Family Guy. Maybe it's because we socialize on our phones now. Maybe it's because a lot of us still live with our parents. Maybe we're all too busy working to boink it. So we took to the streets to ask people about all of this. Gen Z dating culture, Hinge, and the rapid decline in sex. iconic location in New York City for all the couples after date night. It's cuffing season. And what are they doing afterwards? Having sex? Statistically? No. We're all aware of the statistics. But is the common New Yorker? Probably not. Let's go ask some NYU students. Do you have any dating apps on your phone?
Not a single one.
Have you ever had a dating app?
No, I have not.
You got dating apps on your phone?
I got dating apps on my phone, correct.
Okay, are we talking Tinder?
Hinge. I don't like
Hinge?
Tinder.
So you're actively on the apps. Are we talking Bumble?
Yeah.
Hinge?
Mainly Hinge. Mainly Hinge.
Mainly Hinge. If you have ever had it on your phone and made an account, I want you to raise your hand.
Christian Mingle. Boom!
Okay, Christian.
Alright. Black people meet.
Hinge. Bumble. Field. Whoa!
I'm a whore.
You are on Field. Do you have any dating apps on your phone? I do not. That's good because I see you have a boyfriend off camera. Yes, I do. Now, how did you meet this boyfriend of yours?
I actually met him.
You met him on Hinge?
I did.
Are we friends or are we more than friends?
We're lovers.
Lovers. Okay, and where did we meet?
And of course.
Hinge. Look at that. Why do you think that is? What's keeping you away from the dating apps?
I just feel like they're just inauthentic.
Why are we preferring Hinge to find love over the others?
Because you have to be deleted. Dude, I want to be out. I want to be out. I don't want to be on. So you looking for love on Hinge?
Yeah,
I'm looking for something.
I feel like I have more agency on Hinge because on Tinder, I just swipe these kind of photos. Like, I'm a decent looking guy, but I'm not the best looking. However, I like to think I'm pretty funny. And I feel like that my history on Hinge has proven that because I get a lot more matches on Hinge than on Tinder.
Why Hinge above all the other apps?
I would say just like more options out there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you know, statistically, our generation is having the least amount of sex over the past several decades?
It's really sad to hear.
Is that sad to hear? Is that surprising?
A little bit. A little bit.
Is that believable? Were you expecting that?
I don't know. You don't know? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
Is this surprising news to your ears?
No, not that surprising, but I don't think it applies to the type of people that see out because specifically that statistic, at least from what I've heard, is mostly referring to people who just are staying at home, they're stealing in pornography and stuff like that, as opposed to actually going out there.
Prove people
False.
wrong.
False. Okay. Why do we think this is so untrue?
I actually think it probably is true.
Do you have any theories as to why maybe Gen Z is having less intercourse?
I don't know. Maybe just like stress about work and other things that impact your sexual life. That's what I would think.
Yeah?
I don't know.
You guys were like raised during the COVID time, so you guys don't know how to talk in like real life.
I like that one. That's
Right?
well thought out.
Yeah.
Any other theories?
I think they're having more sex.
Oh.
False because not many people have
Oh, you don't
Yeah,
think
they
they're
might be.
incorporating
They might not be counting gay in the statistics.
right.
that?
They might. Hey,
I'm actually into
zoom into
that.
this one. They might not be counting gay in the statistics.
All right, we're having less straight sex and more gay sex.
Yeah.
I think people are scared. People are scared. People aren't willing to be vulnerable with somebody that they just met. People aren't really interested in love either.
All right, now statistically, Gen Z of all the previous generations is having the least amount of intercourse. What do you think that is? Why do you think?
Honestly, it's your own decision. I think actually it's great to be not so reliant on hookup culture, but also put yourself out there more. Like, put the phone down, put the turn the computer off, and go out there and go in person and just like meet people. Go by yourself. Go do stuff random. That's how I met my wife.
Can you flash that ring one more time with the camera? Look at that. 9 years. Listen to every word this man says.
And I only lasted for 2 weeks.
Only 2 weeks. All right, in this special edition, we are going to have a previous interviewee look over another interviewee's dating profile. Welcome back, Mark, and the other one with a name I can't pronounce. Kirsty.
Mark wants to explore the human psyche, delve into our motivations, fears, and aspirations, and why they make us human. That's so lesbian of you. I'm sorry.
I'm not a lesbian. I do like Has-Been Hotel, but I'm not a lesbian.
It's giving lesbian.
Your
Your prompts are way too long. Your prompts are
they?
like for a
Okay.
straight
Read
girl.
them.
Read them.
Everything, especially my family. When I was younger, they told me, Mark, you're not the parent. Now they ask me for parental advice. Babe.
Play this. This is my favorite part. Now you
Zoom
have
in
to
on
play the
that.
audio. Play the
Oh
audio.
no. Oh, that's tough. Babe, you gotta change the video.
The profile could you
That's me
somehow?
touching grass.
But I mean, you're gorgeous with glasses.
This picture is sexy.
I appreciate it.
Your prompts are super thoughtful. But I feel like straight girls that are not. I'm gay, so I wouldn't know.
But if Mark was like Marka, are we swiping right?
Or if he was Marka.
But you want a girl? Hell yeah.
Alright.
Shorten it.
Shorten it.
Don't use the word funny.
Make your prompts funny. They're too long. They're way too fucking long.
Okay.
Because ultimately girls don't read, they're looking at the pictures and then the reading is like for backup.
Also put that you're 6'1". 6 foot is too suspicious.
You're
No,
right.
you are tall. It's fine.
You gotta choose 6'1" or 5'10".
6'6"
Like,
is just suspicious. Like no one
That's
is 6
fair.
feet.
That's fair. I am closer to 6'1" than I am to 6'2".
Yeah, there you go. You're 6'1".
so let's go 6'1".
Okay, thank you, my 3 lesbians. Have a wonderful night.